Welcome back everyone to another exciting deep dive into the incredible world of rare and valuable United States coins, where the smallest piece of change can sometimes hold an unbelievable fortune. Today's story is truly astonishing. It's about a single Liberty 1-cent coin from 1982 struck at the Denver Mint, a coin so special and rare that it has stunned collectors, historians, and experts alike. This tiny coin, often overlooked by millions of people every single day, has reached a jaw-dropping value of more than $28.5 million in the collector's market. That's right, a single penny worth over $28 million. How could a simple 1-cent coin hold such unimaginable value? The answer lies in its mysterious production history, unique minting transition, and the rare errors that make this 1982 Liberty penny one of the most fascinating coins ever minted in America. Let's travel back in time to the year 1982, a year of transformation for the U.S. Mint and the entire Lincoln Cent series. For decades since 1909, the Lincoln penny had been made primarily from copper, a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But in the early 1980s, copper prices were soaring and the cost to produce a single penny had become nearly equal to its face value. The U.S. Mint faced a problem: they could not keep making pennies out of copper without losing money. So in 1982 a major change occurred that would mark one of the most important transitions in modern coinage history. The Mint decided to shift from the traditional copper alloy to a new composition, a zinc core coated with a thin layer of copper. This change reduced the coin's weight from 3.11 grams to 2.5 grams. It may sound like a small difference, but it created a massive distinction between the two types of 1982 pennies, the old-style copper and the new-style zinc. Both were minted that year, creating an overlap of compositions that collectors today call a transitional year. It's this transition that produced some of the most fascinating varieties and rare errors ever seen in U.S. coinage, including the legendary 1982 Liberty 1 cent that would later be valued at over $28.5 million. The Denver Mint, marked by the D under the date, was one of the busiest mints in 1982. It struck hundreds of millions of coins, both copper and zinc versions, using multiple die pairs and slightly differing designs. That same year, the Mint also modified the size and shape of the numerals in the date, creating what collectors now recognize as large date and small date varieties. That means there are 8 major combinations of 1982 Lincoln cents: 4 from Philadelphia, no mint mark, and 4 from Denver with the D. Each combination could be either copper or zinc with either a large or small date. This complex variety makes 1982 one of the most interesting and studied years in the entire Lincoln Cent series. However, among all these combinations, one stands out above the rest: the 1982 D copper small date penny. This coin was not supposed to exist. According to official mint records, the Denver Mint should have been striking only zinc cents with small dates by the time that particular die was in use. Yet somehow a few were mistakenly struck using leftover copper planchets from earlier batches. The result was a coin that defied the Mint's own history, a 1982 D penny made of copper with a small date design, a coin so rare that it instantly became legendary the moment it was discovered. Only a tiny number of these have ever been found, and each one has been verified by professional grading companies such as PCGS and NGC. These coins weigh 3.11 grams, confirming their copper composition, and their details are crisp with the D Mint mark sharply struck. The small date style can be identified by the delicate and slightly thinner numerals, especially the 2 in the date, which appears higher and more curved than in the large date version. To the naked eye the differences are subtle, but to a trained numismatist they are unmistakable and worth millions. Imagine for a moment the story behind how such a coin could come to exist. Somewhere in the Denver Mint in 1982, leftover copper planchets were mixed with the new zinc ones during the switch in materials. The machinery struck a few of these copper blanks with the small date design and released them into circulation unknowingly. For decades they may have passed through hands unnoticed, used to buy candy dropped in piggy banks or stored in jars. Only later, when collectors began weighing their 1982 pennies and studying the varieties, did the incredible discovery come to light that a handful of copper 1982D small date cents had survived the minting transition point. One of these remarkable coins, perfectly preserved and authenticated, shocked the coin world when it appeared in a private sale and was later valued at $28.5 million due to its extreme rarity and historic importance. The value is not only tied to its composition but also to the story it tells, a story of a minting changeover, human oversight, and the unpredictable beauty of coin production. But the 1982D Liberty penny has more than just one claim to fame. Beyond the copper small date rarity, there are other Denver minted varieties that show fascinating errors and die features. Some exhibit strong die cracks that look like veins running across the surface. Others show die clashes where parts of the design from one side of the coin are impressed faintly on the other due to misalignment in the minting press. A few have repunched mint marks where the D was struck more than once, leaving a faint shadow image. Each of these varieties adds depth to the story of 1982 and demonstrates how even small imperfections can create immense value when they appear on coins from such a transitional year. Experts and collectors always emphasize how important condition is in determining a coin's worth. For the 1982D penny, a specimen in perfect mint state condition, bright red with full luster and no signs of wear, can fetch astronomical prices. Coins graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC are among the most sought after in the world. Even coins with minor circulation marks can still command thousands if they have the correct copper composition and small date design. To test whether your own 1982D penny might be copper or zinc, collectors often use a simple trick: weigh it. A genuine copper penny should weigh around 3.11 grams while the zinc ones weigh about 2.5 grams. That small difference could mean the difference between a penny worth 1 cent and a penny worth millions of dollars. But of course, authentication by a professional grading service is essential, since countless fakes and altered coins circulate online. The fascination with this coin goes beyond money. It represents a moment of change in America's history. The year 1982 marked the end of an era for copper cents, closing a chapter that had lasted since the early 20th century. The switch to zinc was a sign of the changing times, reflecting economic pressures and modern minting technology. Yet ironically, the very year that was meant to simplify production ended up creating one of the most complicated and valuable coins in the history of U.S. currency. Today, the 1982D Liberty 1 cent coin continues to capture imaginations worldwide. Collectors dream of finding one in their old coin jars, while treasure hunters search through rolls of pennies hoping to weigh and discover the next million-dollar piece. The market for this coin remains strong, and its story keeps inspiring new generations of collectors. At auctions and private sales, bidders compete fiercely for verified examples, and experts predict that as the years pass and fewer genuine pieces remain in perfect condition, the value could climb even higher, potentially exceeding $30 million in the future. The beauty of this coin lies not just in its metal or rarity but in its symbolism. The Lincoln cent, with its image of the nation's beloved president, has always represented endurance and unity. The 1982D penny carries that spirit into the modern age, a reminder that even in times of change, small things can hold tremendous meaning. Imagine the feeling of holding such a coin in your hand, knowing it's one of only a few in existence, a tiny relic of history worth more than most luxury cars, homes, or even entire estates. It's not just a collector's item, it's a tangible piece of American heritage forged in a year of transition and destined to become a legend. So the next time you pick up a penny, especially one from 1982 with that tiny D mint mark under the date, take a closer look. Examine the numbers, feel its weight, look at its shine. You might just be holding a hidden treasure, one that links the past to the present, and one that proves that even a simple 1 cent coin can hold a story worth millions. The 1982D Liberty 1 cent coin stands as a testament to the beauty of discovery, the thrill of history, and the power of human curiosity.